Welcome, it's New Age Ja, and let's get into the Libra new moon. The Libra new moon is happening this Sunday, which would be September 25th, and around 4:25 Eastern Standard Time. Now, we have a new moon in Libra, which means the moon is conjunct the sun in Libra. The ruling planet of Libra, which would be Venus, and Venus also rules Taurus and Libra. Okay, so Taurus and Libra, wherever Venus is, will be affecting both of those energies. Venus is currently in Virgo, and Venus is in detriment, or in fall, I should say, in Virgo, whereas Venus is exalted in its opposite sign, being Pisces, right? Complete freedom for glamour, illusion, love, transcendence, lack of boundaries, beauty, all of that, right? But in Virgo, Venus has to implement boundaries, but that's not necessarily a bad thing for Libra, as Libra is all about balance between partnerships. Saturn, being the traditional ruler of Capricorn and Aquarius, is exalted in Libra. Okay, so Libra does enjoy structure and scared me, does enjoy structure and boundaries and rules and timelines and fairness and karma, right? Libra loves to dish out karma, or to come into a certain situation and bring balance to areas of discord. Okay, so Virgo, Venus being in Virgo doesn't necessarily like mean that all is lost, but it's less about fun and glamour and more so about realizing the imperfections in our day-to-day realities, right? Within our routines, within our communication. Virgo is traditionally ruled by Mercury, so Virgo is very much about communicating. And having Venus, a minute, like she's gonna meow when I pick her up. Look, this is who's bugging me right now. This is Sadie. Hey, Sadie. Virgo is all about the reality of things. So when you put Venus in Virgo, we have to get real about everything related to Venus, which again is partnerships and love and money and values and beauty and aesthetics. So in Virgo, we have to get real about these things. And it's like, oh, like maybe I do need to lose that 10 pounds, or maybe this doesn't look as great as I thought, or I can take this in 2 inches, or communication, I don't like the way they said that, and maybe I don't know why they're not talking to me, and did I do something wrong? How should I handle this? Like, I don't want to go back and forth, like I'm uncertain, like I want to be respected, I want to feel wanted, but I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know, like I'm so like stressed out. And this is, you know, Venus in Virgo, she's stressed because she doesn't want to have to worry about all the details and the nuances in regards to the day-to-day reality. She much rather be, you know, in a fantasy, in some sort of like illusion where like she can paint everything rose-colored, you know. And so going into Libra season, I think we're realizing still that like the truth is still uncovering itself, and all that glitters isn't gold, you know. Virgo being an earth sign and Venus, you know, loving everything that's glittery. We're realizing that, you know, maybe we've been dealing with fool's gold, or perhaps that like we've haven't been seeing the truth for what it is. And maybe we're realizing that maybe our communication skills and maybe our relationship skills isn't up to par, isn't what it is that we thought it should be. You know, we could have been projecting our issues onto others, and we could have been, you know, trying to mirror the other and trying to make ourselves look the best that we could be. And, you know, then all of a sudden everything has fallen apart, you know, Mercury retrograde ruling this Venus in Virgo. And everything's falling apart. Like our daily routine, our expectations, who we thought we were dealing with, who we thought we were, like our ability to maintain our day-to-day reality, our ability to maintain our responsibilities, our ability to face our inner truth, our ability to face the truths in our relationships has all come crumbling down. It's all there, and it's all very real, but for some reason we're experiencing still blockages, delays, misunderstandings. Like we're just in a place of not understanding, okay, where do I belong in my relationships? Where do I belong, like in my day-to-day reality? Like, who belongs here with me? And am I expecting too much? Am I not expecting enough? Am I, falling into line with my own values and my own expectations? Is everybody else falling in line into my values and expectations? And am I following into their values and expectations? And it's like, oh wait, it's not just about me. I have to worry about everybody else. And oh, it's not just my life that's being affected. It's everybody else's life that's being affected. And on this new moon, we do have a semi-square to Saturn and a semi-square to Uranus, which denotes a blockage or an inability to kind of like escape a situation, right? Because we feel pinned, we feel blocked. And so Saturn, again, as I mentioned, is exalted in Libra, but is stationed in Aquarius in retrograde. And we have Uranus, which is the liberator, is in Taurus, our fellow, earth sign. So this would look like a trine, but really there's no harmonious flow between what it is that we are realizing on an emotional scope in regards to our relationships and partnerships. There's no free-flowing energy between the earth signs, which allow us to bring stability, Saturn, and or innovation, Aquarius, to this relationship scope. We're actually encountering this further more blockaging, or further more like discomfort here. And so and it's not all visible to the eye. So this Libra new moon would normally denote like a fresh start in how it is that you'd like to present yourself, or a fresh start in the public eye, or the fresh start in how you can market yourself, or a fresh start in your relationships, or a new emotional opportunity, or an emotional renewal, or a new, glam look, or a glam style. But again, this Venus in Virgo, 12th house to Libra, is in a period of being disillusioned. It has to make sacrifices. Although seemingly mundane, these sacrifices are affecting every single area in our lives. And honestly, we don't even know, how it's going to turn out. We don't know who's going to be left here when this is done. And we don't even know who we're going to be left with when this is done, okay? Or who we're even going to be in this case. Because again, a lot of these like inner truths in regards to ourselves and not even others, right? Because Libra is a mirroring effect. It's a give and take energy. It's I see you, you see me. So it's like the mirror is being held up straight to our face, and we can't handle the imperfections that we are seeing. We can't. I mean, like, seriously, like, has my lipstick been smudged this whole time? Like, has like my underwear tag been hanging out? It's like, we're just realizing that the perfection standards that we've placed on everyone, we ourselves cannot even keep up with what it is that we expect others to bring to the table. So it's like, do we take this diamond in the rough and polish it and accept it despite its imperfections, or do we toss it? You know what I mean? And allow us, and settle for fool's gold, something less than a precious stone. So yeah, this is pretty much like the Libra energy in a small summation. It's still, again, a very confusing energy, and it's not clear at all. Mercury stations direct October 2nd, but then again, we still have like 2 weeks of shadow period, which would be bringing us 2 weeks into Libra season, which would be around the Aries full moon. Okay, and that would be a final realization of individualization within our partnerships and where it is that we stand and how it is that we'd like to stand within these dynamics. But that is not now, that is later. So let's pull one or two cards for this Libra new moon energy that we are all dealing with. Right. Yeah, there is nostalgia here in regards to glamour factors, history as well. Yeah, history repeats itself. What can we expect for this Libra new moon? Thank you, Heavenly Divine Father, Mother, Maternal Spirit, for allowing me to be a conduit of change. Burning situations, right? Burning bridges as well. It's just the communication is faltering. King of Swords. Mental clarity, mental freedom as well. Being stern and the mental scope rising above the situations, cutting through the clouds, right? Getting to the top of the mountain. Being able to finally express root concerns while wearing our pride on our head. So, but this is mental acuity, mental clarity, and a free flowing of expression, although stern and protected. King of Swords. Oh, Queen of Wands. So we have a duality between air and fire. Cleaning up our act, cleaning up our appearance. Opposites attracting. We have someone who is cold, calculated, and stern, clear, concise, clear communication, rises above the situation, has control on all ground matter things, but has a larger than life presence and energy. And then we have the Queen of Wands, who is creative and sassy and beautiful, right? And forgiving, intuitive. But she'd much rather stand in her pride. She'd much rather wear her egoic expression or glow from the very center instead of just putting it on her head and free flowing from the throat chakra. So this is like, but this is sacral and throat chakra. So it's like finding a feminine balance, or balance between the masculine and the feminine in regards to the sacral and throat chakra. So taking the emotions, the watery emotions, and being able to accurately express them with seriousness, clarity as well. Aries and Leo. Aries, Leo, Aquarius, Sagittarius as well. Libra new moon, Libra with the King of Swords. You can say this is Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. This has a very Libra and Aquarian vibe. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Aries, because Aries, this is very like air and fire, sword and fire. Knight of Swords. The masculine, it looks like he's losing control of his cool. Words are still being used as an attack. But we're fighting for this clarity via confrontation. There could be a finality in confrontation, or a final conversation that happens on this new moon that brings further rectification to your environment with the Ten of Cups. So we might find some finality and reconciliation on the Libra new moon, despite, you know, the blockages that we are experiencing. We do have an opposition to Jupiter in Aries, right? Remember that Aries energy that I was mentioning? Jupiter is also in retrograde, so there's an introspection within our ego identity. It has a lot to do with ego and how we're communicating it. But it looks like the feminine is way more comfortable in who it is that she's actualizing versus the masculine, who seems to be losing control of his mental scope and his words as well. Ten of Cups is completion in the emotional environment as well. We're completing something in the emotional sphere and sector. Yeah, this is like a verbal attack as well, but this could also be words unspoken. Correct. Words unspoken, as we are holding back with the Four of Pentacles. So this came below the King of Swords, and we have the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So it's like we're holding a lot of shit back where we should be able to free-flowly express. I don't know what this is doing. Standing on the foundation of which one has mentally placed itself due to focus, mental focus and acuity. So it's like standing still and clear and withholding communication. Which could ultimately bring reconciliation and fulfillment within the home environment. Then we have the Page of Cups. So this could be, you know, an offer of truth after moments of feeling locked down, blocked, held back, stale, the inability to truly express themselves. There's an opportunity to reconcile, but you know, after having exchanged some really harsh words, yeah, the Eight of Cups, it's like we're walking away, making final decisions to walk away from a commitment, an institution as well, some sort of creative endeavor, business as well. Or looking to completely revamp any business ideals, any business plans, any business partnerships as well. This could be quarrels within business partnerships, business agreements. Everyone's trying to find a happy medium where everyone is satisfied, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like someone will be walking away after an offer would be made and there's a refusal of this offer. There's a refusal of an offer. So we have the Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Cups, followed by the Two of Pentacles, uncertainty and oscillation. Then we have the Hierophant and the Four of Coins. So someone is being stuck to their traditional values, or is being immovable in regards to what their values are, or what their structure is, and what their beliefs are. There is an offer for compromise, but we're not getting the words across calmly. What we ultimately want is cohesion within a family environment, but it's oscillating, and we feel like we need to walk away. We need to walk away and kind of like do some spiritual digging, some sort of internal digging, to kind of like come to terms with what it is that we're holding back. Mars in Gemini, trining the Saturn in Aquarius. I mean, it's about being cutthroat as well in order to establish a new communal environment. Yeah, it's like this Knight of Swords, this Mars of Gemini energy is just present. It has to be broken in order to reestablish this new foundation. Although quirky and odd, making no sense at all. Ghost town energy. Two of Wands. Looking out into the horizon, followed by wish fulfillment after a period of oscillation and completion, and walking away from an emotional environment that no longer suits you due to actually holding back to truth, right? Within a committed partnership and or environment with the Hierophant, the Four of Pentacles. This is something solid and committed and long-lasting, with the Page of Cups kind of like withdrawing its offer, with the Eight of Cups and looking for something else elsewhere, with the Two of Wands, with the Two of Pentacles above it, you know, oscillating, uncertain. But I think ultimately what it is we're looking for our own emotional fulfillment. We're not looking to satisfy the whole anymore. Although family matters are tied in, but we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords, who are of completely different element and completely different temperament, with the Knight of Swords. All this discord flying around, right? So, what's the outcome of this Libra moon? I mean, nothing's set in stone. It's just not concrete. It's just, I feel like it's like a new beginning, or like a new beginning to something that's already started, that is going to like herald the completion of what has become a mess. This is like neither a start, stop, or go point. It's weird. It's like a beginning to what has already started. Defensiveness as well as quarrels, right? It's like a prolonged issue that gets a new start of kind of rehashing it. What the fuck? It's like we've gone to a certain place only to come to a final realization of what the problem actually is on the Libra new moon, and then starting the actual problem solving on that Libra new moon, due to the realization that we're just feeling stuck or blocked. And we're experiencing a lack of fairness, and I think there's a tiredness of self-sacrificing, but also where the ego is being checked due to its previous like grandiose feelings of self and how it was affecting the relationship itself. The Three of Cups is reconciliation or a get-together. So, I mean, this could go either way. I mean, King of Wands and the Four of Swords, he's getting tired. And he doesn't want to feel left out as well. It's like we much rather be together than leave one another out in the cold. Queen of Swords. I mean, logically, we think that this is sound and that this is appropriate. But someone's still bitter in this situation. Someone's still bitter, and someone will be left out. Yeah, someone will be left out, and an ending will ensue. But ultimately, it's a crash course in learning how to project ourselves in our lives, and realizing why certain things are coming to an end due to our, basically our lack mentality, and feeling like we don't have enough, and sort of like this bitterness in coming together. So it's like we can heal this ending or heal this emotional wound, or we can slowly move on and start something new and fresh. But it's a fucking slow start. It's a slow start. Knight of Cups, but there's there's like this offer, there's offer being made, this like new beginning, this new opportunity for peace and surrendering. But there's just so much gunk coming up for us right now. There's so much gunk coming up for us right now, as the confusion is still very prevalent, but something has to go at the end of this all. Like, a new beginning is being called for. So neither here or there, super gray skies, a lot of confusion here, but a deep, deep need to get our communication right, and how it is that we are reflecting our needs and values onto the other, and how maybe they aren't being met because we aren't the ones being met by ourselves. So yeah, this is a very weird new moon, but this is what I have for you at the moment. I'll talk to you soon. Later.